This type of skin literally takes 5 to 7 years to completely heal.
Every day is now different and difficult.
I try to use castor oil to loosen it because I don't want to peel off the skin.
It will be difficult for the rest of their lives.
I knew I had mentioned to myself in my mind that, dear God, I can't go out like this.
This is the challenging new world for the Serrano family of Houston, Texas. Routine tasks are no longer routine.
He doesn't really have the use of his arms or his hands. I have to feed him, wash his face, brush his teeth, get him dressed.
Jerome Serrano, a husband and father of 4, is trying to make sense of his new reality.
Maybe I didn't feel any pain, but maybe from the adrenaline or the shock, I did know I was on fire.
It's been over a year since everything changed in a terrifying instant. More than a year since disaster.
As someone who uses words for a job, I have found it so difficult to put into words how much this man has to overcome.
San Francisco Chronicle reporter Julie Johnson has been investigating what happened that terrible day.
November 19th, 2023, about midnight, Marathon's refinery in Martinez, a furnace was overheating. Jerome was the one worker who was caught in the fire.
Johnson found the refinery was being retrofitted to process renewable fuels, and that meant a different set of safety rules.
California's process safety laws for refineries use the word petroleum. That meant that a facility not processing petroleum is not obligated to follow these laws. And so Marathon went back to hazardous chemical safety laws that are applied nationally for these types of facilities. And they are less strict and less stringent in their requirements than California laws.
The exact cause of the fire is still under investigation, but union reps say part of the problem was that workers responsible for firing up the equipment had less experience and training than they would have had the company been following the state standards that predated renewables. Marathon says it already installed new equipment as well as updated equipment and operating procedures to address the primary causes. The company says safety is its highest priority, and Jerome's family is in their thoughts.
The man that built his house upon the sand is washed away, but the man who builds upon the rock is on the right foundation, and he stands firm when all else falls around him.
In their new world, they look for comfort. Amidst the pain, the flashbacks, and the scars, Jerome believes there is a reason why his life didn't end that day.
There's family in Texas. There's people I need to be, and they need to be alive for.
In its investigation of the Marathon fire, Cal OSHA issued several citations which would bring $188,000 in fines. The company is now appealing those. The family also filed a lawsuit against Marathon, and they're in settlement talks. In San Francisco, Ryan Curry, KCRA 3 News.